It's no secret that Ferrari has had car problems in the past.
Vettel's got a major problem, major engine problem.
The engine cut, the engine stopped, he's going again.
From being a title challenger, they've gone to playing second fiddle to teams like Red Bull and McLaren in the last few years. After a disappointing 6th position in the 2020 season, Ferrari started to show signs of a steady comeback in 2021, climbing all the way to the 3rd position in the Constructors' Championship. While some might credit the progress due to signing of drivers like Carlos Sainz Jr., the reasons go beyond that. This season, everyone was shocked as Ferrari came out all guns blazing, from having the fastest car in pre-season testing to bagging a 1-2 on the first race of the season. Ferrari was looking good. Not only did they look confident, but their car looked like one that could win championships. So what changed? For that, we need to go back to 2019. Ferrari signs up driver Charles Leclerc. Despite his debutant status, he ends up bagging wins back-to-back in Spa and Monza, generating a lot of interest in the media. However, rival teams Mercedes and Red Bull smelled something fishy and filed an inquiry with the FIA.
Well, we highlighted certain things to the FIA together with Mercedes that we felt that they should be looking at.
The claim they made was that Ferrari had somehow made adjustments to the battery, allowing for more fuel to be consumed and thereby giving the car an incredible straight-length speed, aka the speed traps. A month later, the FIA issued a general statement addressing the very issue, blaming no parties. The following weekend, Ferrari's car looked extremely out of its pace with a dismal 4th place finish. The other teams and drivers took it as a sure proof that Ferrari had been in fact cheating. The following summer, Ferrari had also had a secret settlement with the FIA in regards to this, which didn't really help their case.
I think that there is a lot of bullshit around it, a lot of rumors. It's very simple, there have been never a breach of regulation.
They were dismal in the 2020 season, and as a team, they looked out of ideas. Then how did they bounce back? Reason number 1, Mattia Binotto. That's Mattia Binotto, the team principal of Scuderia Ferrari. He took charge in 2018 when Ferrari was in a turbulent period and was probably the only one who could get them out of it. Mattia's first decision was to bring changes within the driver lineup. In 2019, he invested in rookie driver Charles Leclerc, who had been getting better every season he raced in. In 2021, he made the decision of removing 4-time world champion Sebastian Vettel to bring in Spanish driver Carlos Sainz, again an incredible young talent. With Mattia's plan of action, Ferrari reclaimed their position as 3rd in the Constructors, with both Carlos and Charles achieving multiple podiums for the team. Carlos finished the championship on 5th, which was also the highest finish in the championship. Reason number 2, a change in new regulations. A new set of regulations kicked in for the 2022 season, which turned things around significantly in Ferrari's favor. The first was the price cap issued by the FIA. They stated that teams could only spend $145 million on the development of the cars. However, F1 teams usually dig into the development process much before the start of a new season. With the FIA ruling in 2019 and their dismal performance in 2020, Ferrari had way more time to look back into their factory and engineers and come back with a stronger car. By the time the new regulations on spending kicked in, Ferrari was already in a better space with their power unit, compared to competitors such as Mercedes, who had ousted a championship-winning car for the last couple of years. Mercedes and Red Bull being locked into a title fight meant that they were focused on just beating each other. With the limelight off the Scuderia, we can be sure they had used it to their advantage. The second regulation was the cap on the wind tunnel testing in Formula 1. Now, are you wondering what wind tunnel testing is? It's a brilliant experiment devised to test the aerodynamics of a car. In 2020, the FIA brought up new rules for the wind tunnel testing. It basically said that cars that had lower positions in the Constructors' Championship will have more time in the wind tunnel compared to the cars in higher positions. This effectively meant that a team like Ferrari, which finished 6th, had more wind tunnel runs than Mercedes, who finished 1st in the Constructors. More time in the wind tunnel is always a good thing. Toto Wolff, team principal Mercedes, claimed that this extra wind tunnel test runs might have given Ferrari a 0.2 second advantage over its competitors. 0.2 seconds might seem like a small thing, but in Formula 1, it is a significant gap. Moving on to reason number 3, innovative designs. Change 1. Engine power. While 2022 saw a lot of teams come up with new designs, the first significant change with Ferrari was their engine power. The Scuderia looked devastating in the testing portion in Bahrain, which was a sign of good things to come.
How can Leclerc with DRS get back at Verstappen? We're heading towards turn 4. This has been a bit of a problem for these two in the past. No problem this time for Charles Leclerc. Can he stay on track? And it's just as he retakes the lead from Max Verstappen.
Alternatively, the incredible engine power had been beneficial to other teams as well, the most being Haas. Ferrari has been Haas's engine provider for the last 6 years. Haas has probably been the one team which has faced ridicule, harsh comments for not having scored any points in the previous season. The team was looking a little better after landing a sponsorship deal with Russian energy company Uralkali in the beginning of the 2021 season. This deal, however, was contingent on getting Dmitry Mazepin's son, Nikita, to be part of their driver lineup for 2021. Armed with 2 rookies, Mick Schumacher and Nikita Mazepin, Haas had a nightmare season. But in 2022, the first testing of the season finished with Mick Schumacher in the Haas finishing second behind Max Verstappen. If that wasn't enough proof, Kevin Magnussen bought in Haas's first points of the season after he was bought in to replace Nikita Mazepin. The engine power of the Scuderia looked dangerous. According to reports, the engine had not reached its full potential yet, as the engineers ran it on lower power in Bahrain and Saudi Arabia respectively.
Going into turn 1, Sergio Perez almost collected by Lewis Hamilton, who was arriving at a rate of knots, but now it's Leclerc towards turn 4 from Verstappen, then comes Carlos Sainz and Sergio Perez.
Change 2. The Sidepods. The second change that went into major 2022 cars this year was the change in the side pod design to help with aerodynamics of the car. Usually side pods are used for airflow, while cars in F1 operate with mega power units. The purpose of the side pods is to funnel air into the power unit and push out the fumes through an exhaust pipe in the car's end. While many teams in 2022 had gone with different options for their side pods, Ferrari's design was perhaps the most unique. This kind of design allowed for more downforce in the car, giving it an incredible grip on corners, making it a real force to deal with. While most cars have an outlet of the exhaust pipe to help fumes pass out of the car forwards, Ferrari's design helps the fumes come out in an inward motion, helping the driver get a better handle on corners. This was proven in the race in Bahrain as well, when the Ferrari showed more speed on the corners in comparison to the Red Bull. The most impressive detail of all is the statement that one of Ferrari's representatives released after Mercedes came out with the no side pod design. The representative claimed that Ferrari had experimented with the no side pods design and got results they weren't expecting. This meant that Scuderia's development process was rigorous. Reason number 4. Team strategy. As much as it is important to invest in drivers and cars in the preparation for a season, investing in the team members is important as well. From engineers to mechanics to the pit stops, the Scuderia seemed to have left no stone unturned. This was indicated with the pit stops in Bahrain and Jeddah, where Ferrari had the fastest pit stops on the grid. They were half a second faster than Red Bull and almost a second faster than Mercedes, which looked like preparation at its best. In 2021, the other thing which Ferrari pushed was the concept of having no lead drivers. Both Carlos and Charles were given fair treatment, and their performances on track was indicative of the team's strategy for a race. This enabled both races to rise above the politics of it and all focus purely on the track. However, it goes without saying that Ferrari have made some leaps and bounds after having a huge setback, and it definitely promises for more good things to come. With a killer team, driver lineup and cars in place, 2022 looks like it could be Ferrari's year after all.